I was at the premiere on Monday and I just weirdly felt emotional watching this and being like, oh my God, we went from this movie that no one cared about to now, in many ways, Deadpool is out here, reigniting the MCU. So I was lucky enough to play Spider-Man India in the animated Across the Spider-Verse. And that is, I would love to play that character. In a weird way, my inspiration was Ranveer Singh when I was telling them that. Because I saw his hair, I saw his look. I was like, he should be so confident and like the life of the party and all this stuff. And so then we just kind of reincorporated the character, and I got to play my version of Ranveer Singh.
Hi everyone, my name is Dishya and you've tuned into Showsha, and today we have with us Deadpool and Wolverine star Karan Soni. Hi, welcome to our platform.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Good, good, good.
So I want to start off by saying that I loved you in Deadpool 1. Like I
Oh,
was cheering so loudly in Deadpool 1. And Deadpool 2 I was all the more excited. So I'm a
thanks.
little disappointed that you didn't have as much scenes as I was hoping for,
Yeah.
especially when there came a scene where there was a car involved. I'm not allowed to get into
Yes.
spoilers. And I was like maybe he's just going to have a comeback moment here.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like, was it already informed to you that this is how the setup is going to be?
Yeah, a little bit. I think this movie is, as you've seen it, it's so epic and it's so big, and it is quite different from the other two because it's now introduced into the MCU. So I think in order to make this specific chapter kind of its own thing, I think Ryan and the writers smartly decided to sort of have Deadpool explore this world sort of on his own, the MCU in many ways. So I think for all of us, the rest of us, there was that moment of we were like, okay, this is like he's gonna go off on his adventure and do that. And then, it is definitely does feel bittersweet because obviously, it's like such a joy to play this character and work with Ryan and all that stuff. But at the same time, I really look at it as, this is just the beginning of a new chapter in this world. And for a lot of us, like it's still so exciting. Like I grew up on the MCU. I saw the first Iron Man in the theaters and all that stuff, and I've watched almost all the movies at this point. So it still gave me that giddy feeling. And then also I weirdly, because I was a part of it, and the first one specifically was actually this like very small, scrappy movie. I was at the premiere on Monday and I just weirdly felt emotional watching this and being like, oh my God, we went from this movie that no one cared about to now, in many ways, Deadpool is out here, reigniting the MCU. So I weirdly felt proud of Ryan and of the whole thing. And of course, there's two big movie stars in this movie. There's Hugh, and he's such an icon. And in order for it to be, worthy of him reprising the role, it had to be a lot of Ryan and Hugh together. So I understood all the things, but it's still such a joy to get to be with Ryan and play any version of the character. And I really hope I get to do it again, in many ways. But yeah, it was definitely a different experience.
During the promotions, Sean Levy kept reminding us that this is not Deadpool 3. This is just
Hmm.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Now that
Hmm.
we've got it out, I mean, it's coming out.
Yeah.
And did you have a conversation with him about Deadpool 3? That is there any news
You
about it?
know, we talked a little bit, and I think Ryan is rightfully so. He has put his blood, sweat, and tears into this movie. As you can tell, it's a very epic movie with a lot happening. And I think right now he is just focused on getting this movie out there. Maybe in like a little bit of time when this is out and he's processed everything, we'll see if he wants to even come back or what he wants to do next. But of course, if he ever wants to, I would happily be there. People don't realize like he's not just acting in these movies, like he is writing them and then he's there every day in the edit all the way to the end. And it's like a 2 year process minimum. So rightfully so, I'm so happy he's having his victory lap and just enjoying this thing. A lot of times in Hollywood, I feel like people get obsessed with like what's next and what's going to happen next, and people aren't really focused on like what just happened. So I'm really glad that he's enjoying that time and enjoying this movie getting out there. And I think it's the movie made for audiences, and it's like a movie made to have fun. And it takes a lot of work to make a movie like that that's that entertaining and has that many jokes and has that much going on. So I'm glad he's enjoying that. And when he's processed all of it, and if he wants me to come back, I will happily come back. No problem.
Deadpool Wolverine also has one, it is ventured into the MCU.
Hmm.
That is one amazing thing. And
Yeah.
it has also opened the idea of parallel universes, and that
Hmm.
existing characters could play different characters in different universes. So
Yeah.
if you had a chance, now
Yeah.
that the whole platform is open for you,
Yeah.
which would that one Marvel character be that you would want to
Mm.
explore simultaneously?
Well, I have my answer now because I was lucky enough to play Spider-Man India in the animated Across the Spider-Verse, and that is I would love to play that character in a live action version or any version of Spider-Man because I loved playing the voice version of that in those movies, and I fell in love with Spider-Man even more as a character. And so any live action version of that, I would be happy to.
Since you've brought it up, and that was anyway a
Yeah.
part of my question, I actually loved your work in that movie, and
Oh,
even
thank
like
you.
there was Shubman Gill who had done the Hindi
Yeah.
version as well, and it was absolute maddening. I remember last year when the whole
Hmm.
press tour was happening. I remember speaking to everybody about it, and I was like, okay, the first chance I'm going to get to any of the members who worked on it, I want to know when is the next movie coming and what is the update.
Yeah, so there was like a strike and all writer strike and all the stuff in Hollywood last year, so it paused a little bit of the stuff, but it's I don't think there's a date yet, but we're making it, and those movies take like a really long time because it's as you've seen, it's like a lot of details and all of that stuff. And I think they don't want to rush it. So even the second one, I think it was supposed to come out a year before it actually came out or something like that. And they were like, we have to make it, really perfect. So um, I am again like whenever they feel like ready, it'll be out. But yeah, I think I'm just about to start working on my part a little bit. But even then, with the voice stuff, you start about a year or two before the movie actually even comes out. So it takes a long time to animate it and all of that stuff. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to continue that. And I had the best time doing that part. And it was very collaborative. Phil and Chris, who kind of created those movies, they asked me to come on board after I was already cast and help with some of the stuff. And they basically, I remember, said, if you were to walk in the theater and you saw this character, what would you want to see? And so they were like, tell us that, and we'll kind of incorporate, other than what story beats already have to happen, like what do you want the character to be like, sound like, and all this stuff. And so in a weird way, my inspiration was Ranveer Singh when I was telling them that, because I saw his hair, I saw his look, I was like, he should be so confident and like the life of the party and all this stuff. And so then we just kind of reincorporated the character, and I got to play my version of Ranveer Singh. But yeah, it was so much fun, and I'm so excited to continue that. But yeah, if I could do a live action version of any version of Spider-Man, I fell in love with that character working on that.
If I may ask, were there any movies that you referred to when you were with regard to Ranveer Singh?
No, but I had in a weird way, and I think they said we had already finished recording, but I was referring more to his personality, but then Rocky Rani came out after we had already finished, and I was like, this is like more inspiration for the next one. Because his performance in that, I think, is like to me the pure version of the idea of him almost, and him like optimized to his best. But I saw that movie twice in theaters in LA. But yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to your movie, the one that premiered earlier this year.
Oh, Nice Indian Boy.
Yes, I
Yes,
saw the
yeah, so excited.
reports and everything, and I was discussing with a friend like a couple of days ago, saying this is something I hope that they play out in India.
I hope so too. It's something I'm the one of the most proud of, and I got to help produce that movie too. And it's such an emotional, sweet movie with such love for Indian culture and specifically Indian parents. Because my partner and I both felt like a lot of Hollywood movies like villainize Indian parents a lot and really are not sensitive to their experience. And the movie is a lot about two different generations trying to come together with a big Indian wedding and all of that stuff. So I thank you. I'm really excited. I hope it gets to come out there.
I hope so too. I'm hoping that it gets a mommy release at least. At least that way I'd get to see it.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Stay dry.
Thank you.